Hey guys, it's Nana. Welcome back to the channel. So today, it's supposed to be a 1K celebration Q&A kind of thing. I was supposed to do that a while ago because the channel hit 1K by the end of July and we're already almost at the end of August. I was trying to think about the best way to do this video, but I decided, well, let's just sit here and do it. Respond to the questions, just freaking do it already. So I'm gonna start by responding to the questions that I got on Instagram, some on the comments, and on my community post. I'm gonna start by the community post since it's handy here on my cell phone. So yeah, let's get to the first question. Okay, so first question, what's your favorite game of all time? And if you had to choose a #1 lady from Cyberpunk or Witcher, who would it be? So basically, my favorite game from all time is Persona 3, the portable version. I just played it so many times on my PSP. It was just such an amazing game. I love all the characters, the story, the side quests. I don't know if it's not called side quests for this game. It's actually called social links. I really enjoy them, and I enjoy the portable version because they introduced a female protagonist for Persona, which is amazing because usually you play as a boy, you name him. He has official names for like the manga, the anime, My favorite protagonist from Persona is the Persona 4 one, by the way. He's hilarious. Like, the options that you get to pick as him are just hilarious to me. But Persona 3 is my favorite because you get to experience a whole new perspective as a female protagonist because you get different social links, You get different romantic options, which is important to me, actually. I think it's really fun. Usually you don't get to be in a social link with Junpei, Akihiko, and Shinji as a male protagonist, but with female, you actually get to experience the social links with them and romance them eventually if you want to. There's one that I don't want to comment about being a romantic option because I still deny this as a romantic option, but it is there, so we don't talk about it. But I really love the theme of this Persona 3 game because it's about death and kind of like who you leave behind with death and how to deal with it. It's all surrounded by it, and how these students are trying to overcome their grief together by fighting shadows. At least this is my interpretation of this game when I played it as a teenager. When I played it, I was going through high school as these characters were, so it is really close to my heart because it felt like they were my friends, they were my company. During high school, I was not really a popular person or I had a lot of friends. I was always very alone, so this game kind of like helped me through the entirety of my high school years. So yeah, that's my favorite game, and if I had to choose between a #1 girl and in The Witcher and Cyberpunk definitely Judy. She's my girl, I love her. There is no other one. There's Panam, but she's close. Judy is the best. I just love her. I can't really. I feel like she was so well written, she was so well constructed as a character that in that scene where you go swimming with her, you can actually feel how much she cares about V and how she wants to share a very special and different moment. It's a very different kind of date. It's something that connects them in a very deep way because they are feeling the other's emotions. So That was a really beautiful love confession, in my opinion. I love it. I know that you can do that part with male V as well, and it does not have the same outcome, but it has a special meaning with female V because they kind of are finding each other in the middle of this chaos, and they are together there, one for the other. So yeah, Judy. As for The Witcher 3, for me, Nana, I think Ciri is my favorite girl. I know you guys are probably gonna be shocked and think, but what about Triss? Triss is for Geralt. Ciri is for me, okay? So that's how I am kind of thinking about this answer. The airport is going crazy today. It has been going crazy for a few days. I don't know. But yeah, Ciri. Ciri is my favorite girl. She's so pretty, so badass. She just so strong and amazing, and her voice is incredible, and I just love how fierce she is and how she wants to take matters on her hands and do things, you know? I just really like her. And Triss is a second close, but there's girls that I have not met yet, so we gotta talk about this when I meet the other girls as well, okay? Okay, so the next question is, if you could travel through time, where would you go and why? If I could travel through time, I think I would probably go to the future. Kind of like 100 years into the future to see what happened to Earth. Like, is Earth still the same? Do we still have animals? Do we still exist? I would just like to see that because I feel like the way everything is going with Earth right now, things are not gonna be okay in like 10 years. 10 years, we're gonna have something really bad happening. It's already happening, of course, but I say something that is gonna change everyone's lives in a very impactful way. That's kind of like what I think, at least, but I do believe it's gonna be very hard to go through all of this, but humanity is doing so much shit to Earth that I don't see how things are gonna be okay in 100 years. I think that Cyberpunk 2077 it's not even close to how it's gonna be. It's probably gonna be much more chaotic and worse than this. I think that money rules our society even now, but I am not really sure if in 100 years it's gonna even matter, because I think that everything's gonna be destroyed anyway, so I don't know. My ideas of what is gonna happen in 100 years, I want to see if they are gonna become reality, since I'm not gonna be alive in 100 years. So it would be cool. I mean, not cool, but you get my meaning, right? Okay, so this is a question that I get a lot, is where are you from? I am from Brazil. I speak Portuguese, and English is kind of like, what would you call a second language, because I actually nowadays I speak more English than my own language. I only speak Portuguese with my mom, and we don't talk the entire day. So basically, because I record videos pretty often and talk to friends online, all in English, I think that I do speak English more often than Portuguese. And sometimes I start writing things very wrong in Portuguese because the words start getting like kind of weird and jumbled because of the grammar rules and everything. So when I write something, a sentence in Portuguese, I am often very confused if the sentence makes sense. So yeah, I am from Brazil. If you are from Brazil, fala alguma coisa em português aí nos comentários pra eu ver, porque eu acho que essa é a única vez que vocês vão me ouvir falando em português. Então, deixa seu comentário aí em português pra sei lá, pra eu ver quantos brasileiros tem aqui, eu acho. Anyway, next question. So the next question is, what's the closest thing to real magic for you? Oof, that's hard. I never really thought about it, to be honest. I think that the closest thing to real magic to me is like when I think about something and that something happens, whether that being good or bad. but like the timing is just too perfect. Imagine you're thinking about a song, and that song, someone starts singing that song, right? In the moment where you're listening to the song in your head, and the person starts singing it. Like it's insane to me how often this happened, and even with people that I don't really have a lot of like a long relationship with, or that I have not known for a while, like they don't know that I like that song, and they start singing right in the moment that I'm thinking about it. It's kind of like insane to me and feels like it's real magic. I don't know. If you could turn a game into a film, which would you pick and why? Ooh, I need to think about it, because I have played a bunch of games and most of them have films. I think that one that does not have like a live action and like person live action is Persona 3, so I'm gonna say that. I would be really curious to see how they would portray these characters in a movie, but at the same time I don't want that. It's probably very, very easy to mess up when it comes to these kind of RPGs. And also there is actually, it's not a movie, but it's a musical. It's called Butai in Japan, and they kind of like do musicals related to games and stuff. I actually use it to watch a lot of Butais in my time. Butai? Butai. No, I'm trying to say it with English accent. But anyway, musicals, Japanese musicals, I have watched my fair share of them. I have watched like Persona 5, Persona 4, Persona 3, Hakuoki, Resident Evil, believe me or not, they have that. But my favorites are Hakuoki. You didn't ask that. I'm just giving you a lot of information that it's not really necessary, but they do have a lot of musicals. But I would be curious to know how a Persona 3 movie would be done, since they already have a Pokemon one, which I need to watch actually. I have been putting Detective Pikachu off for so long because I'm not really sure how it is. I'm scared. But I'm gonna get to watch Detective Pikachu eventually. If you could choose to learn only one of the Witcher signs, which one would it be? Oh god, I don't know. I think Axie, because you can use delusion, and that would be very interesting, especially the puppet ability. That would come in clutch in a lot of situations, but I feel like that would be too much. Oh my god, a mosquito. It would be too overpowered for real life, to be honest with you, because you could literally be like, okay, this person does not want to tell the truth, well, I'm gonna make them and use Axie on them. That would be dangerous, but Axie. Oh my god, guys, if I left every time that a airplane goes by my house, if I left in the audio, you guys would probably hate me forever. But in between each of these questions that I answered, there's an airplane. It's insanity. Even like in the middle of the I just get so upset about it, but there's nothing I can do. I can't really go to the airport and order them to shut down. This is a very complicated situation, but we're going to the next question, which is what kind of games that make you interested? And there we go, another airplane. The kind of games that make me interested is usually the ones that have strong female protagonists. And by strong, I'm not talking about physical strength, I'm talking about mental strength, where they know what they have to do and they do it, even if they are not really sure in the beginning how to go through their journey. They are determined to go through it until the end. And you know, I think that is very good representation for girls, because growing up we didn't really have many female protagonists. Like, I know that a lot of people are gonna be like, wow, Lara Croft, but besides her, which protagonist do you have to say? Claire, Jill, but what else? We have a bunch of male protagonists, but we don't have like a bunch of female protagonists from like the early 2000s. We usually see them as second lead in games, and I really enjoy games like The Last of Us 2 because they have two strong female protagonists. I know that a lot of people have a lot of strong feelings about this game, but I do enjoy it because it's the journey of two women that need to find their path, that they need to find their own personal growth in a chaotic world that has a lot of obstacles that they have to overcome. I like one more than the other, but you know what I mean with that, right? I really enjoy, and also I really enjoy games that have romance. They are really fun. I cringe at romance, but I thoroughly enjoy how awkward it is. Like, it's so thrilling to see how awkward it is in romances in games. They make it extra awkward. They put like the little, you know, speckles of awkwardness in the game, and I just really enjoy it. So this is the kind of games that attract me the most. I usually go for games that are story heavy instead of combat heavy, because you know, combat, I feel like after some point it gets repetitive, but the story keeps going. You know, it keeps flowing and you have to go with it. So I really enjoy games that have a strong story, strong female protagonists, and a speck of awkward romance. That's my perfect type of game. Okay, what would you name your boat if you had one? The Duck and Bob cruise? I don't know. I would probably name my boat after my dogs. So Bob and Duck. That's not very original, but it is what it is. That's how I roll, I guess. What are your top 5 bands or music? I don't really have a top 5 bands anymore. I used to in the past, but as I grew up, I started to not really listening to the same band all the time. I think that the only one that I consistently still listen sometimes is the Cranberries, but the rest I just put like on random playlists of some specific music style, and I just listen to it and skip the music that I don't enjoy. So I'm not really crazy about music anymore. I listen to it to relax, but I'm not like, oh my god, I'm super fan of these group, band, or artist. I just listen to what I'm feeling like. If it is like video game soundtracks, or just like indie rock, or maybe just some sad ballads, I just search for a playlist and listen to it. I even go, crazy sometimes, and I search like playlist for if you were a vampire. I love these. People are very creative when it comes to this kind of playlists, and I have a blast. So I let the creative part of creating playlists to people, and I just listen to them. But yeah, I don't really have any favorites at the moment. Okay, what are your plans for your channel in the future? That is something that I don't know how to answer. I usually don't like making plans for the future. Of course, I do hope that this channel, takes off at some point and that people discover it and enjoy the videos that I am posting, but I cannot really say much. I can only go as much as saying I'm gonna bring this specific game to the channel, but I can't really say like, when we hit set numbers, we're gonna do this, or we're gonna do that, or I'm gonna make this like my full-time job. I do YouTube full-time right now because I don't have a full-time job currently, but I don't know what the future brings to me. I really do love making videos every day. If I could, I would keep doing that, but it's unpredictable, so I cannot really tell you that I have plans or not for the future. Let's just hope that this goes well. Fingers crossed. I have hopes that it will go well, but the future is unpredictable, so let's not really get ahead of ourselves and start thinking of things that could potentially make me upset. I hate planning for the future, guys. Whenever I do plan for the future, whenever I think like what am I gonna do in a year? How am I gonna be in 5 years? I get disappointed every single time. So yeah, I don't really like making plans for the future. I can only say that in the near future, I am bringing different games here. Like Resident Evil Village is coming probably by the end of September, mid-September. I'm still not sure when exactly, but it's coming. It's the next game that we're playing here after I finish one of the 2 that I'm playing right now. So it's coming. It's coming. But other than that, I don't know. Maybe streaming as well. I was thinking about streaming 1 day a week eventually, when I actually am able to get a proper setup, because right now I do sit on the edge of my bed with pillows and blankets behind me, which really give me a hell of a back pain. I'm not gonna lie to you, it gives me a lot of back pain, but I love doing this, so the back pain is just secondary thought to me. But yeah, I don't really have a proper setup. What you see here is not what is behind the camera. What is behind the camera is a complete mess of cables that I have to plug in and out every day, so I cannot stream like that because it's just insanity. Like, my microphone is hanging from my drawer, my clothing drawer. So you can imagine, like, I don't have a desk. So yeah, I'm sitting on the edge of my bed, and one day I would love to bring streams here or Twitch. I don't know. We're gonna have to see in the future, because I don't like planning for the future. But yeah, I don't really have lots of plans. Okay, which game / series do you enjoy most recording? From the series that I recorded up until now here on the channel, I think that the one that I enjoyed the most was Cyberpunk 2077, up until they made a new patch. This game is hilarious, guys. I just really had a lot of fun playing it. There's a lot of crazy moments, a lot of crazy missions and gigs that were not, recorded, but they are just insane great. The storyline for this game is not like, wow, groundbreaking, amazing, but it is good enough to make me laugh and not want to stop playing. So I think that I enjoyed playing and recording Cyberpunk 2077 the most. Not saying that I don't enjoy the rest of the games, but I feel like Cyberpunk clicked with me in a different way than the other games. I could really appreciate all of the characters and the universe, even with all of the craziness happening because of the bugs. So yeah, Cyberpunk 2077. If you could be a video game character, who would it be? Oh my god, okay, that is very difficult. That is very difficult. I think I would probably want to be a protagonist in a Pokemon game. Not specifically any protagonist, just overall a protagonist. Or maybe Cynthia from Elite Four, because she is so strong. Her Pokemon, like her Platinum team, is basically my Platinum team. And I would usually bring the Platinum team to my Black and White, my Black 2 save too. Like, I would transfer my Pokemon because I really enjoyed how crazy it was to battle against Cynthia. Like, you barely listened to her song. You're always listening to the low health effect, like the little low health music. But I think that being a Pokemon protagonist would be just so freaking awesome. Imagine you're a 10-year-old traveling across the country, no care in the universe. You don't have to study, you don't have to work, you just have to take 6 Pokemon and do Pokemon battles, Pokemon contests. Like, imagine how great life would be if it was that easy. It still amazes me that humans decided that, the system that we have today is... but we don't really need to talk about that, do we? I don't think so. What's your favorite food, and can you cook it, and why is it your favorite? I think that my favorite food is... I think that my favorite food is instant noodles. I just think that it's super easy to make, not very healthy at all, but it tastes good. Usually makes my stomach upset, but I just enjoy eating it. There's a lot of different flavors and it's super easy to make. If you're hungry, it's just you just boil water, put the noodles there and eat. It's super easy, practical, and I just enjoy it, so it's my favorite food. Don't judge me. I know that there's much better food to pick, but this is just like my go-to usually. So what were you like as a kid? As a kid I was really quiet, not very talkative at all, didn't have many friends. I was very I felt very different from other kids. I never really thought like that I liked the same things that they did. I never wanted to play in groups. I was very introverted, as I am still to this day. So I was very quiet as a kid, didn't have many friends or groups. And also I had a lot of struggles as a kid because I have wavy, frizzy hair. You guys don't see it because I style it every day, but I have like really, really big hair. So when I was a kid, I used it to be made fun of because of my hair, even by the adults. Like I had a van driver. She would every single day, whenever I got into the van, she would talk about my hair. She would be like, oh, today she brushed her hair. Today she didn't brush her hair. Today it looks like she had electric shock on her hair or whatever. So because of all of this, I kind of was a very closed off kid. I was not really talkative at all. I was always self-conscious about my appearance when I was a kid, so it kind of made me not be as fun as other kids are, you know, running around screaming. I was always very introverted. that got a little too dark. I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is. Why you became a YouTuber? I usually, like, when I was going through a very depressive moment, I still am, okay? It didn't go away, but I was not functioning as a person properly during that time. I could not even play video games that often because I didn't have the energy to play it myself, so I kind of watched people play it, and I enjoyed it a lot. I felt like it helped me go through a lot of hard moments. So when I made this channel, I kind of had this as a base. Like, I wanted to help people that were in a similar situation as I was at some point, make them, you know, distracted, entertained, even if I'm not like wow crazy good at what I do. I really wanted to reach people and make them feel comfortable, make them feel, you know, that they have a place that they belong, even if it's on a corner of the internet that is very hidden. So that's basically the reason why I made the channel. And also it made me feel better about a lot of things when I made it, because I got laid off my job last year. I'm not saying that I didn't want to be laid off, because truth be told, my past job was very harsh on me mentally. I was not in a good place working at that job. So when I was laid off, I had time to think, and I decided, well, I spent my life doing things that I didn't want to do. So why not do something that I always wanted? You know, I always felt like it could be something fun. If it does not work, it doesn't work. But here we are, almost 8 months making Let's Play videos. I hope that you guys are having fun and enjoying the videos, and that I can bring at least a little bit of comfort in all of this chaos. But yeah, that's the reason why I became a YouTuber. Because of depression and because I wanted to make people feel at home, kind of. I don't know if that's the right way to describe it. But I wanted people to feel comfortable and that they are, you know, that they have a place in the internet, okay? Basically, that's it. Okay, so what language do you speak and what language do you wish to learn? I speak Portuguese, as I already did in the beginning of this video. I speak Japanese. Demo watashi no nihongo wa konna ni umaku nai. とにかく 自分で勉強しましたから難しいです。それまあ my Japanese is very rusty right now. In English, of course. I don't know if I said that. I also speak a little bit of Spanish, pero mi español no es muy bueno, no sé. Es un poco de portugués misturado. No sé. So yeah, a language that I would love to learn is either Russian or French. I think that those languages are very beautiful, especially French, but I think that it's too much for my brain. My brain can't take it. It's too much information to put on someone's brain. But yeah, do you plan to stream on YouTube or Twitch? That I mentioned before in that quest about the future of the channel. I would love to, but right now I can't. Maybe in the future, we will see. If I decide to stream, I'm definitely gonna let you guys know on a community post. But right now, I don't have any intention. Not intention, but like I don't have any plans purely because my setup is not suited for live streaming. Favorite candy? Chocolate. Chocolate is my favorite candy. I just absolutely love. I don't know if chocolate can be considered a candy, can it? But I just love chocolate. If I am stressed, I grab chocolate. If I'm happy, I grab chocolate. Everything happening, I grab chocolate. I eat chocolate every day and then I wonder why my face has acne. Why my skin looks so bad? It's because you eat chocolate every single day, you fool. That's the reason why. But it's just something that I cannot live without. It's basically my medicine. Alright guys, I think that's it for the questions. I could not find more. I'm pretty sure I had more, but I could not find them. Probably got buried by other comments. I'm sorry. But if you have any more questions that you want to be answered, you can leave in the comments. Then when this video is up, I'll answer them in the comments as well, if they are not already in this video. But yeah, it is very fun answering questions. I don't know if it's fun for you guys listening me respond to them, but I sure as heck have a lot of fun because that makes me think sometimes. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. It was just a long video of me responding to questions. Maybe you liked it, maybe you did not. I'm sure you're gonna let me know about it. Again, if you have questions left, you can leave in the comments down below. I'll reply to all of them depending, right? So yeah, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye bye!